Hello, everybody, and welcome to the top 5 new comics for October 16th of 2024. I'm, as always, Chris. We got a really cool slate of books, as I always do. And when don't I have a really cool slate of books? Maybe you disagree. But let's start off with Action Comics number 1071. This is stories written by Mark Waid, artist Clayton Henry, and Michael Scheffler, along with Colorist-Mat Herms, and then also writer Mariko Tamaki, artist Skylar, Patridge, and colorist Marissa, Louise. So we talked about Action Comics 1070 last week and how I was really looking forward to it, the story, getting Mark Waid back in the book, all these things. And I read the issue and I really, really enjoyed it. Having Mark Waid back on the book was exactly what I thought it was going to be. It's fun, it's exciting, it's action-packed. He's got a cool story to tell. Mark's just one of those guys that knows Superman better than anyone else on this earth. I would take Mark Waid on a Superman title till he's done writing comics or is no longer with us. That's the type of guy I want on Superman. So to see him pull this issue off was really great. I love what he set up. It was a cool issue with some heartfelt moments, some gut-wrenching moments, and then a great ending to suck you in for the next issue. And then, honestly, I was half and half on the Mariko Tamaki and Skylar Patridge part of the book, mostly because was more looking forward to Mark Waid. But what they did was interesting, different. It's tough to say that it was very good or great. It was interesting. And they set something up that could go on for a few issues. I think if you got this as its own, as all that it was, its own comic, it might come as a disappointment because not a lot's explained. But I do like that they're taking the backup story and working with it. They have a few issues to work with it. They have however long they need, basically, to work with it, because this is no offense to any of these creators, but people are jumping into Action Comics for the Superman story and probably for the Mark Waid story. So it gives them leeway to do something special or something cool, and we'll see if they can pull it off. But what they did in this issue, I thought was interesting and hooked me a little bit, even though I have so many questions as to what they're doing here. And I'll fully admit I didn't read the one shot that they did together, and maybe that answers a lot of those questions. Maybe I'll go back and buy that one shot just to see if I can figure it out. I don't know. But for now, I think it was an interesting backup story that has promised to be something cool. And we'll see what it goes to. But as a whole package, the Action Comics during this new all-in soft reboot that we're doing here was really good. It's really cool that it's weekly, and I just look forward to seeing more of it. And after that, we've got Batman and Robin Year 1. This comic is also written by Mark Waid, with story and art done by Chris Samnee, colors by Matt Lopes, and letters by Clayton Cowles. First and foremost, the reason this book interests me the way it does is Mark Waid, Chris Samnee back together. One of my favorite Daredevil runs of all time, even if it's the most un-Daredevil book of all time. I just love that book. Those two together were magic for so long over at Marvel, and to see them back together just makes me happy, makes me excited, and to see them doing a Batman and Robin book of all of it is really cool. I think Chris Samnee has a really interesting and cool style that fits with the acrobatics of a Dick Grayson Robin, or a Daredevil, if you will. Whenever he's on a book, I'm at least checking it out to see what it's all about. I just love his art. And then, as I said before, Mark Waid, he writes a book, I'm going to read it. And to give it the moniker Year 1, I think was interesting as well, because Year 1 in Batman lore and in overall DC lore, but mostly Batman lore, is something important. The Batman Year 1 book by Frank Millar is one of the pinnacle Batman books of all time. So to give it that moniker for a 12-issue series says something about what they're doing here. So I really think they could be introducing a really special, really cool book. And I just look forward to seeing what they got in store for all the fans out there. And to have it be a classic, like old school Batman story with Dick Grayson as Robin is going to make a lot of people happy. So really looking forward to this issue. And after that, I have Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu #1. This is written by Jed MacKay with art by Alessandro Cappuccio, colors by Rachelle Rosenberg, and edited by Devin Lewis. So big Moon Knight fan, just love Moon Knight. So I'm going to pick up a Moon Knight book. Don't care who's writing it. Don't care who's drawing it. I'm picking it up. But I will say, Jed MacKay's been a great steward of the Moon Knight character. He's done some really cool things with his original Moon Knight series that led into the Vengeance of the Moon Knight series. It's also tied in with the Blood Hunt series. He's been really going full bore with Moon Knight, even though he's also writing Avengers and X-Men. So he is one of the top writers at Marvel right now, writing two of their biggest titles, their best-selling titles. Meanwhile, he's writing this Moon Knight series that has just been so fucking good. He understands everything about Moon Knight. He's getting everything right. He's not playing games or doing any wackiness with the mental instability of the character. He's treating the multiple personalities with care and respect. He's done everything right with his series. And now for him to come full circle, come back after killing Moon Knight, bringing him back during Blood Hunt, spoilers, I guess. And now to have our proper Moon Knight again with Mark Spector is so awesome. I'm so excited to have him back in his own title. It's coming this week. It's probably going to be the one I pick up first and read right as I get home from the comic shop. I just love this character, and I love what Jed's been doing with him. So hats off to Jed for that. After that, got Jupiter's Legacy Finale #1. This is written by Mark Millar with art by Tommy Lee Edwards. So we all remember Jupiter's Legacy. It's been a topic of conversation for so long, starting with Millar and Quitely's original comic back at Image Comics when Millar was doing all his books there. Now we're over at Dark Horse, and he's going to finally end Jupiter's Legacy. Jupiter's Legacy is a really cool book that I really enjoyed. All the iterations of it, what he's done with it, and I'm happy to see him finally finish it. A little sad that Quitely's not doing it, but Tommy Edwards has been a good steward as well. He's done some of the ancillary books in the Jupiter's Legacy series, so he has history with these characters, and he's been a part of the journey of these characters as well. So I'm all for him jumping on and seeing it. I just want to see Millar finally complete the story here, bring it to an end, and just show us where it all goes. Jupiter's Legacy is probably one of Millar's bigger titles as of recently. We all know about the Netflix series that's much maligned by some, loved by others. But as a comic series, it's been a really great one that's been a cool version of Kingdom Come, but done in the Millar style. So really looking forward to this title. Really hope you all are too. And we will end with the Exorcism at 1600 Penn, #1. This is written by Hannah Rose May with art by Vanessa R. Del Rey, colors by Jordi Belair, and letters by Hassan Atsama Alho. It's spooky season. We're in the middle of October, so a lot of horror books coming out. The Exorcism is a series we know very well. I know this isn't exactly based on the movie series, but we get it. We know what The Exorcism means. And to get this particular title, which features a president and the White House getting taken over by some spirit, spooky vibes, election vibes, a lot of cool things going on here. I just think for some, this book is going to hit a little bit too close to home. I mean, we're talking about a character who's the first woman president. We're on the brink of World War II, or World War III, I'm sorry. And things are changing. We're in the middle of election season. And then, hey, why not add demons to everything? for me as a political junkie, it's just something that sounds interesting and cool and fun. I think if written well and done correctly, it could be a really cool book that mixes politics and horror in a way that is unique to other things I've seen out there and could do some really cool things. So I think IDW has the chance of having a really interesting and special horror title on their hands with this one. So we will see on Wednesday. But that's everything I have for y'all this week. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to support me, remember, like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Check out the podcast, Fortress Comic News, and the Substack, chriscomicscorner.substack.com. And for everyone out there watching these videos every week, I appreciate you so much. And I'll see y'all here next week.